Well, when I was at your seminar on the farm, there was a dentist, I believe, and she talked about how she had started seeing you, and I think she had maybe the early stages of a tumor. And after starting to see you and putting her on, I believe, plant-based diet and sort of positive thinking, because there's a lot. You really give quite the overview of how people need to take care of themselves. And she had just a recent exam, and she was like in tears because it's shrinking now. It's reversing. And so I was really impressed the fact that she was really touched by it. Reminded me of, what is it, the Hippocratic Oath of what doctors initially, before it became this big, sort of money-making, entity that it is. So many doctors will prescribe medicine, I know, and medicine is so expensive, and it's, I remember going to a doctor, and when I got to the pharmacy, the medicine for my mom, it was super expensive. I asked if there was like a generic one. It's like, oh no, the doctor insists that you get this one. And I thought, oh my God, that's really unfortunate. What would you say on this chapter here? This chapter really touched me. The bottom line causes of illness. What is that?
In medical school, we were trained to diagnose, and we rely on laboratory machines to diagnose. We rely on medical history to diagnose. We rely on the symptomatology of the patient to diagnose. We rely on physical examination to diagnose. In short, we were trained to label diseases. And what are these labels? You have hypertension, you have diabetes, you have systemic lupus erythematosus, which is an autoimmune disease, you have cancer, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, let us analyze what is the cause. What is the root cause? What caused your hypertension? What caused your diabetes? What caused your autoimmune disease? What caused your cancer? And through the years, I realized and I have observed that whatever is your diagnosis, whatever is the label of your disease, it boils down to the two bottom line root causes, which is toxicity and deficiency. So for me, there are two diagnoses fundamentally. You have a toxicity and you have a deficiency. Not just physical toxicity, but it could also be mental toxicity, emotional toxicity, or spiritual toxicity, or energy toxicity. Fundamentally, toxicity means something is there in your body, in your mind, in your energy, in your spirit that is not supposed to be there. Or it is too much. For example, too much animal protein, too much meat. See, even in medical school, we were not trained too much on what to eat. I became a doctor. I was anytarian. You know what an anytarian is? I eat anything. I prescribe a lot of medicine before, but I don't know what to eat. And I also tell the patient, eat what you want.
Seafood. I see food, I eat it.
Yeah, like that. So the other side, the fundamental bottom line root cause is deficiency. Deficiency means something is not there in your body that is supposed to be there, or it is there but not enough. You lack nutrition, you lack exercise, you lack sleep, you lack water, you lack sunlight. To me now, I like to simplify the complicated. And I've been doing that actually for many years. And people like it because they understand it. It's no longer like the play of medical terms or medical jargon, because people sense the simplicity of the understanding of the approach towards disease. So whatever is the label, the bottom line root causes only two: toxicity and deficiency. Therefore, if you have a toxicity, what do? Detoxify. Not just physically, but also emotionally. For example, if you have so much bitterness in your heart, you cannot find that in a laboratory test. But that's excess anger for 5 years. Maybe you can be angry for 5 minutes or 5 hours, but not 5 years. Otherwise, it becomes toxicity. It becomes bitterness. See, there are many things that cannot be seen in a laboratory test. And yet, we have become so reliant on laboratory tests. That's why we even coined the word laboratory, which is not in the dictionary, which is not in the medical textbook. So actually, this word came about together with my good friend, Pai Villarasa. He is the founder of Maya Earth Village in Palawan. It is an international conscious community. We wrote a book together several years ago. The title is Transformation Medicine, which was also published in Malaysia. And it has already been translated in Spanish, the whole book, and it's now being distributed also in Spanish-speaking countries. So yeah, health is actually simple.